Hi guys, thank you for coming on this very cold day to our meeting. I'm very happy to see a lot of you here in the room. And just a few reminders, if you have an IMA application with your $5 to turn in, please come in at the end of the meeting with Indira over here, and she will be happy to receive it from you. We also have TSCPA applications, which we're going to learn a little bit more about today. And if you're interested in joining the TSCPA as a student member, you can also come on down and we will give you an application, which will have no cost for you since the local chapter is willing to pay for the student member fee right now. So today as our guest speaker, we have Mr. Edgar Quintanilla. He is a CPA, and he will talk to us a little bit about his career background, a CPA, and his involvement in the TSCPA chapter. Thank you.
How's everybody doing? Warm? Man, it's cold today. And it was hard to get here this afternoon, but we made it. And I thank everybody for being here. Let me just open up by reading a little bit some statistics about our profession. I think everybody here is a finance or accounting or management major. So this goes for all of us. And I count myself because like she said, I'm an accountant, a accountant. And this comes from the Robert Half survey. They interviewed 68% of CFOs, and they concur in the following. It says that the hiring environment continues to improve in accounting and finance, which is placing pressure on employers to recruit and retain top talent. And I underline that word, for those two words, top talent. New jobs are being created to support business growth, and vacated positions are filled more rapidly. Once lean departments are now expanding to relieve the burden on current staff and maintain the morale and productivity of the entire team. Two additional factors driving accounting and finance hiring are regulatory compliance, mandates that call for new skill sets, and the gradual but steady wave of baby boomers retirement. Not there yet, but I know a lot of the local CPAs that are in their way out. So it's a great opportunity for you people that are going to graduate soon and get your licenses. So it goes on to say, in addition to full-time hiring, businesses are bringing in skill interim expertise not available internally. Contingent workers are available to all experience levels and can supplement the company's core team when and for as long as needed. Employers are frequently use interim assignments as a way to evaluate potential hires. This is where they're hiring at. They're hiring at accounting, auditing, financial analysis, compliance, and business systems. And what they're saying is that it's very, very difficult. 15% of them said it was very difficult to find talent because there's so much demand and so little qualified candidates to fill those positions. So your role is to become qualified and to fill those positions. It goes on to say that accounting and finance professionals who can turn business intelligence into business strategy are in high demand. Business leaders desire professionals who can evolve into the numbers and explain their implications to top-line growth, trends, and possible merger and acquisitions. Positions on demand: accounts receivable, payroll professionals, auditors, business and business analysis, compliance professionals, controllers, cost accountants, financial analysis, payroll professionals, senior accountants, and staff accountants. And the certifications, the top one is CPA, MBA, CFA, which is Chartered Financial Analysis, CGMA, Chartered Global Management Accountant, CIA, Certified Internal Auditor, CISA, Certified Information System Auditor, CMA, Certified Management Accountant, CPP, Certified Payroll Professional, CMP, Project Management Professional. So the opportunity is great. Right now, we are in short supply of qualified students. I urge everybody in this room to be that one professional that is going to fill the needs of the industry right now. I believe you guys chose the right profession for the right time. At one point, teachers were in such a high demand, and that stopped for a while. Right now, it's very hard to get a position as a teacher. In our profession right now, thank God, it is not the situation. We are in high demand of qualified people to fill those positions. That's what I wanted to say at the beginning. Again, thank you for having me. A little bit about myself. I am born and raised in Mexico. Moved to the United States when I was 17. I started attending UT back in '89, and I took 2 years and decided I was done. I didn't think I needed it anymore. I'm not going to say it was a big mistake, but I went into the job force and I got a job into an accounting management position in the private industry. And it was great for me. I thought I didn't need to complete my degree. And again, it was great at the time, but later on, I felt that I needed to complete my degree. Came back in 2005 and got my 150 hours by 2008. Took the CPA in 2009, passed it, and I became a CPA. I've been working here in Brownsville at Robert Perkins CPA for the past 5 years in the public industry. And it's a great opportunity. If somebody's interested in that field, I can definitely recommend it. You learn and you see from a taco stand all the way to a multi-million corporation. You get to learn everything that you've seen right now in your classes. It will happen in real life. You know, there's not one thing that a professor can tell you that you will not see it in public accounting. And that goes for every single class, from cost, tax, auditing, financial statement analysis, everything. Every single class you've taken or will take, it is very important. And I cannot stress it enough to learn and understand what all you teachers are saying about the profession or about what they're trying to teach you. It is not because they just want to make your life miserable and want to make your weekend horrible. It's because it happens in real life. And those of you that have a position in public accounting as an intern, you know that it's crucial to learn. About studying and taking the CPA exam, for those of you that will get qualified for 150 hours of college, I recommend it. I wouldn't say it's absolutely necessary, but I think it gives you anywhere from 25 to 30, 40% increase in what you make. So I would encourage everybody to take the CPA exam. It can be done. It's challenging, but it can be done. Dedication to the exam and to the profession is key, of course. But I took the exam, like I said, in 2009, and it's about the same thing as what it is right now. It hasn't changed much since then. So everybody here should be qualified to take that exam and pass it. As far as preparation materials, it's any prep course you take, as long as you put the hours and the dedication to it, you'll pass the exam. And I would love to see the numbers of UT Brownsville go up on the passing rates compared to other schools, which our numbers are not as good as we would like to see. Our passing rate, I don't know, I used to keep up with it, but I would see 1 or 2 a year for the whole university. And that's, it can be improved, it can get better. But again, it takes a lot of hours to learn all the subjects, and you'll do it. I mean, like I said, I mean, don't take anything for granted. Learn everything. You're in a very good position to take this and run with it. You will make a good, decent wage once you graduate and get your CPA and start working. Believe me, it's worth it. You guys will put the time, and it will come out with a good reward. About the board, which I'm a member, I'm a director of the board of RGBT CPA. Ms. Caballero, you passed the applications. We are paying for the board is paying for the application. That just gives you an opportunity to become a member and get involved in all the activities of the society. So I really encourage everybody to go ahead and become a member, take the opportunity that the board, the society is paying for the fees. I pretty much, anybody wants to know anything about the public accounting, I'm here to answer any questions. But more important to me is to leave you here with the reassurance that if you guys put the time and you like it, you will pass the CPA exam. And like I said, I mean, it will be a very good investment on your part. And to put 30, 40 hours of studying a week so you can pass the CPA exam. Anybody wants to ask the question about the profession, the society, about the CPA exam? Anybody who's interested in taking the CPA exam? Everybody? Good. If you guys have any questions on the exam, or do you have any idea, have you ever had? Yes, sir.
What's the breakdown of the exam? The sections, is there sections? How does the exam work?
There's 4 sections. You can take it by section. There's the tax, there's the financial, the business. What is the other one?
Auditing.
Audit. Yeah, those are the 4 major parts. They've changed the names of the parts, but that's mainly what it is. And my recommendation for you guys is to take one piece at a time, prepare for it. Yes.
What part did you enjoy the most?
What part?
Yeah, out of the 4 sections.
Right now, and I'll tell you because, well, that's what I do right now. We do tax and we do assurance, or we don't do auditing, but we do reviews of financial statements, which is pretty close to an audit. The report is not the same, but I like auditing or review financial statements, because you get to see everything that goes on, and it's a lot of responsibility. You know, your license is on the line when you issue a financial statement, and you say you've reviewed it, and the banks will take your word for it. And the same, if you do not do your due diligence, they'll come back after you. You said so, and so that's why it's very. That's my favorite part. I work on tax too, corporate tax, personal tax, partnerships, trust, but I enjoy test services. Which, yes.
In public accounting, what subject do you all do the most of? Taxes, financial statement?
In our practice, it's mostly tax. But my field, whenever there is an engagement for review or compilation, I take care of it. I really like that. What is your favorite part? What class do you enjoy? Cost management is not something we do on a regular basis, but funny you say it is my favorite subject, and because I know that a lot of corporations lack it, you know, and it's a service that we have. We can advise corporations on how to cost the product correctly, because if you don't, you know, I mean, and it's not an easy, it's not something that everybody understands, especially people go into business and they don't price the product correctly, they'll go under. You know, and that's crucial. It's crucial. We have a lot of construction companies that we do review reports for them, and that's a major problem. The problem that they have is that they don't bid correctly. Most of the time they're underbid to get the bid, and the advice that we give them don't, because you're losing money. You know, you're not in business of losing money. So cost accounting, a good cost accountant, if you look online and see how much a good cost accountant is making with 5 years experience, it makes $120,000 a year. Good cost accountant in the industry, you know, with a track record. That's how much, and there are not that many. There are not that many cost accountants out there.
Why aren't companies hiring cost accountants? Or why aren't they concentrating on this aspect of the business?
Because they're not as big. You know, I mean, we tell them that they cannot afford not to pay someone. You know, sometimes people try to save $1 or $2, but they'll lose 10, you know, by not hiring the right people. So most of the time is they want to save money. They don't want to hire here locally at $60,000, $70,000 individual, you know, when their revenue is $10 million perhaps. So they want to save that, but like I said, at the end, my recommendation is always hire somebody. Or hire us, but then we can't be independent and we can't do the financial statements. So if you, I don't know if you've ever taken audited, but keeping your independence and as a CPA is crucial, right? I mean, if you are their advisor, you cannot review the financial statements, or you cannot issue an audit report. So you have to be very careful with that. But we have other CPAs in town that we refer to, or they refer clients to us for independence issues. Yes, sir.
I've got a two-part question. In your experience, do you think the job market is more favorable to tax accountants, such as yourself, or somebody that's going to work as or as a CFO of that corporation?
The career path is different. The career path for my field, I'm typically going to work longer hours and not make as much as somebody working in a big corporation, because I bill by the hour, and if I don't bill, I am not making money.
And I understand that. My question is more, what do you think the job market is more favorable to tax accountant? Like when I graduate, I'm going to do my master's, and I'm going to be
Good.
working in tax record.
You want to be in the public sector? Yeah. Okay.
But then maybe I go work for the pub, or maybe I go work for some big corporation, and I'm going to work under the CFO, their financial analysis. What do you think? Where would I be better served as far as is there more the job market more available for something like you or what I want to do, or would it be better for me to go? Is there more opportunity, not as far as money goes, but just as far as job availability, working as before a CFO?
In the public accounting, there's more attrition, so you'll have a better opportunity to go into public accounting and get your experience. A lot of people, what they do is they go into public accounting, get 5 years of experience, and then they get hired with a client. You know,
Okay, that goes to my second question. So if there's more availability for a tax accountant, why is it that at this university and probably every university, are we only taking 2 classes that deal with income tax, such as federal income tax, which I'm in right now, and soon to be corporate income tax?
it's a question because in reality, you do need a little bit more than that. And actually, the only requirement, I think, for the university, I don't know if it's changed, but it used to be that you only take individual income tax. That's and it was an elective to take
Federal income tax and I believe corporate income tax.
corporate, yeah.
And then I believe there's an auditing class. I'll never do that.
Auditing used to be also a requirement. I don't know if it's changed, but your question is, why don't they offer more classes? I think they should. And I don't know if they don't have the personnel to teach, perhaps estates, trust.
No, it's on, I think this is kind of a long-term view. The person I'm gonna go work for, graduated from UT Austin in 1974. And he took a few classes.
Yeah.
What he's been doing now for the last 30 years. He graduated with a statistics major. He had to take statistics. And I asked him, I said, how much statistics do you do on a daily basis since, I had to take this to see why you do it. And he said 0. So when I'm doing this major, which I have no problem taking classes if they tell me something interesting, there's a large portion of these classes that I'll never touch, even though I've established that I'm going to.
Well, let me tell you something different. You will when you will need that if you want to pass the CPA.
The statistics?
Yes, definitely. Critical thinking, statistics will teach you, analyzing data. Critical thinking, that's and then the auditing part of the exam. So like when I said that every single class that you take here is important, I mean it. I used to complain about the under or the lower division classes. Why do I have to take comp? Well, hell, you have to. You have to know how to write. You cannot know how to write when you're going to write an email or a letter or a memo to the CFO of a large corporation. You just, it's not acceptable not to know, how to compose a letter or how to. I mean, it's important when you're talking to a client and you don't keep with current events or with your class with government class. You have to at least know your basic of how the government works so you can keep an educated conversation with a client.
Well, no, and that broadens your social horizon. That's taken care of in your courses. Taking the pressure
Right.
off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I understand
to
that.
go back.
I'm talking about when you focus on your major such as econ, why aren't universities focusing more on the actual aspect of what the job market dictates, which in your assessment, and I agree with you with the tax. And there's 2 classes.
Yeah, and that's a big. That's 25% of the exam is tax. So yeah, I agree with you that they should add more classes. However, the other classes that you mentioned are important. If you say that you're not going to go into auditing, but I bet some of these people over here are going to be auditors, and they're going to need to know how to not manipulate, but how to analyze data.
Well, I'm going to need it too, because it will be on the CPA.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I'm saying from my perspective, y'all don't think your county doesn't know what you want. Right?
We don't, but we do review financial statements, which is a step below an audit, which the banks will take. Unless they have, I think, $15, $20 million corporations that they need, and revenue I'm talking, a year, they need an audit. But most of the businesses that we deal with, a review of financial statements will be good enough, and they'll take that. So, yeah, why, go back to your question, I've met people that graduate and they didn't take corporate tax, and they say, well, it wasn't a requirement. Oh my God, well, if you're gonna work here, you better know it. You better have at least seen a tax return, how it looks, what are the requirements. You know? So I encourage everybody that if it's an elective, take it. You must take it. And I know your professor, so take it with Caldwell. So he'll make sure that you guys get out of there with knowing what you do. Yes, sir.
I'm going to mention that a lot of the classes that the university offers that are going to contribute to our future. But as far as your experience, your vast experience with CPA and the work that you do, is there something that you would think that we should know about that you might want to look into or want to know about that the university or school or education might not inform us of?
I don't know. I couldn't answer that question, but if you have an opportunity to get, even if it's not a current CPA prep exam, what do they call it, manuals, look over it and see just the subjects that the CPA exam will cover, and see if you've covered it in one of the classes. Most of the time, I guarantee you, they have. Yes?
How well does the CPA guide or tell a company that that student knows what he's doing? You know, because the CPA is like, the score matter on whether you pass or how well you do.
Nah, you pass, you pass.
You pass, you pass.
Pass, you pass. Your license will not say, I can tell you my scores on business. I scored 82, and I was static. You know, only two of the people from here that took it, because we took it in steps, passed it, and I was one of them. And then for auditing, I didn't make it the first time I took it. And it's okay. I mean, I thought I had done excellent in auditing. Came back, they gave me a 72. Right? You need a 75 to pass. All right, so I said, I'm not going to take this one right now. Went in and took tax, got an 87. And for financial analysis, I got a 76. Very difficult for me. Super, super difficult. And then I came back and took auditing, and I scored a 90. So, but at the end of the day, nobody knows that.
Did you feel, after you took the exam and you passed all 4 sections, did you feel very qualified for your job? You were going to know what you had to do when you started working.
I still don't feel that I know what I need to know. You know, don't. You'll never know what you need to know. You'll always be learning, you know. And then whenever if you ever meet somebody that tells you that it's 100% qualified and they know everything they need to know, either they're full of themselves and they don't know what they're talking about, or just run away from them. It's not true. I mean, ask your professor. I mean, they don't know everything they need to know, and they've been teaching the class forever. You know, not true. How big the U.S. IRS code is? How many pages? Does anybody know? As of last year, the IRS code was 74,000 pages long. 74,000 pages. You need lawyers to read that code. You know, you read a page, and if you don't understand, you're not used to reading that kind of material, it's not easy. So until the day you no longer want to work on that profession, you're going to be a student. And I consider myself a student. I'm always reading, and I'm always trying to learn something new. So did I feel qualified? I felt I could do it, right? I mean, I felt prepared so that I can do it, but I didn't feel that I was going to take, I didn't feel like running back was just going to take the ball and run with it. I knew that wasn't going to happen. And it was all with experience, like in any other job, any other profession you go into, the experiences with it was going to, but you have to have foundation. The foundation is here. And I'm going to sound kind of dumb, but if your building doesn't have a good foundation, it's not going to have very many floors. You can't. So this is your foundation. Take advantage of it. Anybody else? Yes.
When we went to a student leadership conference in Indianapolis, and we had a presentation by a CFO, and he worked in industry. And one of the things that he told us was that he had what he had seen was that the CPA opened the doors for him, but with the CMA, he actually got to learn what he was like practicing like day to day in his company.
Well, I mean, for a CFO that is not going to be in the public, yes, that's true. I believe that. Yeah. I will be pursuing the CFE certification, fraud exam, certified fraud exam. They're in high demand right now. In our industry, which is public practice. There's a lot of fraud right now.
What is considered public and like it's private, right?
Public, you're a public accountant. I'm in public.
Yes. What do you work with? Who do you work with? Like what do you do?
I have many clients that we serve. We have different services that we do for them. Anywhere from tax. We also do advising. We do review financial statements. And of course the regular bookkeeping, the regular payroll, and we represent them in front of the IRS when they have audit issues. That's public, and that's as far as the designation of an accountant in the public. Only a CPA can say themselves accountant. And when you say I'm an accountant for the public, only if you're a CPA. If you work as a CFO or you work in a corporation, you say I'm the accountant of this corporation, that's fine. But an accountant in the public, which is certified public accountant, it's us, that we serve the public.
You guys are independent, right?
Exactly. We don't work for anybody. We're contractors. We contract with corporations to work for them. For many, for a firm that serves many clients. Madeleine here works with us, so she knows she's trying to learn the ropes. She's getting there, and that's the difference between public and private. Private, and like I said, I mean, like she said, it opens. If you work for public accounting for 5 years, and it will open so many doors to you in private and make more money. There's more money to be made in the private sector as a CFO, as a cost accountant. But of course, you need to have the right foundations. But our hours are long, especially right now. This is tax season. We work long hours. But in our firm, we tend to have a life as well. We're not that much into it, but that's our motto. Our motto says that we have to have a life, so I guess we have a life.
What is it that you like most about your job right now?
I'm happy to tell you, and I'm happy that I really like what I do. I really like what I do as a whole, you know, and that's what I would want for everybody, you know, because you wake up in the morning and you don't enjoy what you're going to go do that day, your life will not be as enjoyable as I enjoy everything. And I'm typically a happy guy, but you know, of course, not always. So I like dealing with people. But that's my favorite thing, that I meet so many people and so many different businesses, and that you get to learn about what they do, how they do it, you get to advise them, and people appreciate what you do for them. Yes, sir.
Is there something as far as magazines or you're subscribed to something like specific emails or a website that you check out that you recommend for us to be involved with?
The TSCPA will send emails of all the updates that you need to be aware of. And that's like 2 times a day. Most of the time I don't have time to look at it. I mean, I scan and, okay, if something's important, I'll click on it, I'll read on it. But yeah, that the board, I mean, the society will keep you informed. And of course, I mean, we have, we pay for subscriptions but I mean, those are paid for. And of course, you have your CPEs that also keep you busy.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the continuing education credits after you get the CPA?
You need 120 hours every 3 years. A lot of people just say, okay, I'm just gonna take 40 a year and that's it. But the requirement is 120 every 3 years. You don't have to, you can take 20, I think 20, the recommendation is to take 40. And they want you to take the CPE based on what you practice. If you're an auditing, if you do the yellow book, that's what they want you to take your CPE. And there's also every 2 years, you're supposed to take ethics, 4 hours of ethics. And that forms on those 40 hours of a year. That's what I do. And sometimes I take more than 40 hours because if we have the time. But and that's just to say that, yeah, you are a student in this profession all your life. All your life, your whole career, you're going to be a student. You're never going to stop learning. And again, when you stop, is the day you're probably going to retire. And not even then, because you probably want to keep your license and go have fun with the guys that the CPE classes. So those are great. Anybody else? Enjoy your classes. Learn as much as possible. Because later you're gonna want to go back and listen to what Colwell or to what Mr. Colwell and Mrs. Smith.
Do you major in anything else in accounting?
Accounting. Yeah. And well, I mean, but you have to take 150 hours, and 40 of them are 30 of them in accounting, and I forget. Is it 30? I think 30.
Yeah, we have more information. We have like not a lot, but some of the information on our newsletter that we test out. And
I think it's 30 hours, and not counting principals. Principals don't count for those 30 hours. So you have to take 10 classes starting on intermediate, upper level, accounting. And I think 20 management, if I'm not mistaken, 20?
15. 15 must be traditional face-to-face courses, and then 2 semester hours of accounting or tax research, and 2 hours of accounting or business communications.
I think that's changed since I took the CPA. But I challenge everybody to change the statistics of this university and have more CPAs graduate and pass the exam. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's super difficult. If you have the time, you put the time into it, you'll pass it. Yeah. Thank you.
On a side note about the whole CPA thing, in mid-April, we're gonna have a Becker representative come in, and she's gonna talk a little bit more about the parts of the CPA exam, what are the requirements and the price cost of the study material and the exam itself. So if you want more information on that, in April, I think mid-April, it's gonna be the CPA Becker presentation. I also wanted to let you know that the IMA has launched its Accounting Honor Society. If you have a GPA over 3.0 and above, and you are a declared accounting or finance major, you qualify with the requirements to apply. And you can find a little bit more of information on that in our newsletter that we passed out today. So we also included the website where you can enter and find more information and also apply. The cost is $50 and it is a one-time fee. So that's it for our meeting today. We will see you after spring break. Have a lot of fun and be safe. Thank you.